Oh, here we go. Yeah, here. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. First case that we have is Alan M. Lowe. He has 2 cases. First case is cause number 331600. Second case is cause number 331602. Mr. Lowe, is your full name Alan M. Lowe or Alan Michael Lowe?
Alan Michael Lowe, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lowe, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Lowe, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Lowe?
I'm blessed.
That's good. Mr. Lowe, I have before me in clause number 331600 an information that was filed by the district attorney's office. This information alleges that on or about February 19 of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, let's see, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of violation of a protective order. Mr. Lowe, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Lowe, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Lowe, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, I have before me another document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. At the bottom of this document, Mr. Lowe, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Lowe, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
And at the top of this document, Mr. Lowe, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Mr. Lowe, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Lowe, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, would you like to offer State's exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr.
No,
Lowe?
Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Wilkerson, you have advised and counseled Mr. Lowe. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lowe, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement in case number 331600 is for 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail, with, of course, defendant receiving credit for any and all time allowed by law. This sentence is to run concurrently with that in case number 331602.
331602.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lowe,
Sir.
the state is offering that you serve 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. The court costs in this case, it's not a magistrate's warning. It's all in that stack if it's a magistrate warning. Just print off. The court cost in this case is $327. Mr. Lowe, will you be able to pay the $327?
Your Honor, those costs, I believe, were taxed and retired. Mr. Ham, was that your understanding?
I mean, if he doesn't, unless he got 365 days credit, how they gonna be taxed and retired?
Well, he's been in here since February 9th, Your Honor, so, but
Okay.
he does not have 300. Go ahead.
The question was to Mr. Lowe, Mr. Marcus Wilkerson. Mr.
Yes,
Lowe,
sir.
do you have, will you be able to pay the $327 court cost?
No, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Lowe, I have before me a document that is, let's see. The appointment. Oh, we didn't have nothing in here. You don't? You appointed him an attorney. Okay. Mr. Lowe, let me ask you just a few questions. Now, Mr. Lowe, are you employed?
No, sir.
Okay, you have, so you don't have any source of income, is that correct?
No, sir.
And currently, you don't have any bills, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, are you receiving any type of government assistance?
No, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Lowe, the court is gonna find that you are indigent and pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, and your court costs will be waived. That simply means that you will not have to pay the $327 because the court has found that you are indigent. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Lowe, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
I mean, I was gonna ask you,
Now,
but now no, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
okay, now, Mr. Law, I was gonna ask you if you needed to talk to your attorney, you could. But now, let me ask you the question again. Do you think the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Lowe, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you, well, first, now, you think it's fair and just, do you accept the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Lowe, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. You'll be sentenced to 365 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. Also, the court cost of $327 in this case will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure because the court has found that you are indigent. Now, Mr. Lowe, we will proceed, we will move on to your next case. And your next case is cause number 331602. And in this case, Mr. Lowe, I have before me an information, and this information alleges that on or about, well, Mr. Lowe, let me do this here before I get to that. Now, Mr. Lowe, this case, the previous case, cause number 331600, I forgot to mention, it will run concurrent with cause number 331602. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, we're going to move on to your next case, cause number 331602. I have before me an information, and this information alleges that on or about February 10th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of interference with emergency telephone call, which is a Class A misdemeanor. Mr. Lowe, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Lowe, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Lowe, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. On this document, it has a set of initials on page 2 on a line that is next to a box that is checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Mr. Lowe, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Lowe, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, we have two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And at the bottom of this document, Mr. Lowe, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Lowe, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, did you also sign a document out there that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Lowe, you are a U.S. citizen, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Lowe, prior to signing any issues in these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me state's exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishments. State you like to offer state's exhibit number 1 and state's exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Again, Mr. Wilkerson, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Lowe, in this case, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lowe, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. In this case, are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail, with this sentence to run concurrently with that in case number 331600.
Mr. Lowe,
Sir,
the state is offering that you serve 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case, Mr. Lowe, is $327, but that court, you will not have to pay that court cost because the court cost is going to be waived because the court has previously found that you are indigent pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, and this case will run concurrent with cause number 331600. Mr. Lowe, do you understand the state's offer?
yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lowe, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Lowe, pursuant to the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court is going to hereby admonish you of the following. Number 1, you are, by entry of order or judgment, ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number 2, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number 3, under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is 1, an antique or carry-over firearm manufactured before 1899, or 2, a replica of an antique or carry-over firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Order for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02, Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Mr. Lowe, you should be given a copy of this order for your records at, out there at the jail. This will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wilkerson, you have any other cases?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I was wondering which attorney you would like next.
Oh, either one. It doesn't make a difference. Whoever's ready.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Have a good day.
You have a blessed day.
Is paperwork ready on Aaron Lee?
Yes,
Aaron Lee?
good job.
Hold on, the paperwork is ready, Aaron Lee? Yes.
Be safe, Marcus.
Vasquez? Okay, Aaron Lee.
Good morning.
Aaron Lee.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Honor.
Blake.
Good morning, Mr. Vasquez.